Just removed this battery from my Polaris Ranger Crew, and I date these, and this is 4 years old. I put a new one in, and I just wanted to give you a little trick as to how to put these batteries in, as they are really a pain in the neck, easy to take apart but hard to put in. If you've already taken your battery out of your machine, then don't listen to the first part of this. Basically, what you want to do to take your battery out is you want to remove the negative pole first, the ring terminals on the negative pole first, and then remove the ones on the positive pole. Do it in that order for removing your battery. Now, in this particular brand, it has these crazy terminals, and I'm simulating one of them right now. I don't have ring terminals on, but I put some washers on to demo it. You use a number 2 Phillips or a 10mm socket. You unscrew it. Take the bolt out, and then you think, wow, no problem. Assuming you've already done the opposite side, which you should have done first if you're removing it from a machine. And then you try to take your battery out and bring it out and put a new battery in. But be very careful at this point, because the bolt that is holding your battery terminal in place is one of these little funny rectangular shaped bolts, which are truly a pain in the neck to work with. And why is it a pain in the neck to work with? Let me show you. We're going to put the rectangular nut back into the battery. We're going to put the bolt back in. And as you can see, the bolt easily goes in. But what happens when we have a couple of ring terminals that need to be used as well? And I'm recording this all in one hand on an old iPhone. We're going to simulate a couple of washers as ring terminals and see what happens here. I cannot catch the threads of the nut with a couple ring terminals on. And you may have 2 or 3 ring terminals on, even, if you have a battery minder, you may have a ring terminal for that. My particular machine, I have 2 ring terminals on positive and negative posts. So, what do you do about this? The easiest solution is to put the bolt in while it's in the house and you're sitting down at your work table without any ring terminals present. And then pick it up so that the bolt is lifted up. Now this is the fix. One takes a zip tie, cuts off a piece like this, and then I'm going to do this off camera. We're going to slip this zip tie underneath the bolt once we lift it up. Here you can see that the zip tie has been placed under the bolt. I'm going to push it a little bit further. That's going to keep the bolt in place and push it up high enough that even with a couple of ring terminals, it's easily going to be able to fit. And we'll do this now. I'm simulating a couple of ring terminals with these washers. We're going to screw it in. And this is easily tightened now with a Phillips head or a 10mm socket. Do the same thing on the other side. Now, take your prepared battery, which has the zip ties on both sides, the nuts on both sides are held up by the zip ties. The mounting bolt is already partially installed. Go out to your machine, put the battery into its proper position, take out the bolt. The nut underneath should stay in place exactly where you need it. Put your ring terminals in the proper position, put your bolt back in, tighten it up with a Phillips head, and then tighten it with 10mm sockets. You can leave the zip tie in place, or you can use a needle nose pliers and just take the zip ties out. Either way, that's up to you. Remember, when you install it, the positive terminal gets connected first, then the negative terminal gets connected. Make sure you do it in that order when you're installing the battery. I hope this helps. I'm not a professional recorder, and this is done with my old iPhone. Thanks for watching.